Hello there! So, today I will be building. Well, I don't exactly know. It's not that I don't have an idea, it's that I don't think it'll pan out the way I expect it to. To explain why, may I take you back a few months. In March, I began building what was to be my greatest creation, a custom Ninjago vehicle for Jet. I envisaged a vehicle not too dissimilar to Kai's Golden Dragon Raider, except it should be blue instead of red. The front legs would curve upwards like a spider tendrils fitted with tank tracks in the place of pincers. The back of the vehicle would be supported by a large wheel rather than two, and the main body would be small and chunky. Observe. Yeah, safe to say my ideas changed a little along the way. Or how about in April, when I embarked on my building journey to create the greatest Kai jet of all time. It was to be long and sleek, with a mech that detached from the cockpit. And somehow Cole hijacked it along the way. I'm not saying that my final models are worse than the original intent. I actually quite prefer them. For example, this vehicle has a cool custom bike launch feature. What I am saying is that I'm not the best at sticking to my original plans. I get inspired in different directions. My creativity soars. A masterpiece is not made from the get-go, but from the journey. A journey that we're about to embark on together. So before I start building, I thought I might just map out the current plan. You see, with the vehicle shown, there is something custom for all of the original 4 Ninja, except one, Zane. So today, I plan to make a tank for him. No, not like that one. Let me show you. It will look something like this. So, we'll have a load to the ground body, with tank tracks on either side. The cockpit will rest central in the front of the build, with these plates that droop over the top of the tank tracks like armor pads, but are actually wings for a detachable plane. There will also be 2 massive stud shooter blasters on the build, and a sort of pickaxe at the back end. So let's get started, see how much of that carries into the final build. If you follow me on Instagram, you might already know how this plays out, but I do not, so we're here for vibes, and let's see what happens. So, it's been an hour, and in that time, I have built these. These are 2 goofy looking blasters to shoot ice. They use the 6 loaded stud shooter, which can be triggered using this knob at the back. So, you might be wondering why I decided to start the build with these turrets as opposed to something else. I don't know. Why not? I think they're cool, and it helped me in these earlier stages to get a grasp of the scale of the build. I didn't make much progress elsewhere in this first hour, however, I did have a few ideas. Now, I also thought that these snowflake pieces could be nice down here for like some added detail. And rather than a pickaxe, I might use this saw instead as a different weapon. Spoiler alert, I didn't. So, now I've spent a full 2 hours on this thing, and this is what I've got so far. As you can see, now I've got some tracks on it. Not a lot of traction on these things, on hard surfaces, so I might have to include like a rubber tire in here or something, just to give it that grip. This technique is one that LEGO has used many times. For example, this Nexonite set from 2018. The alternative approach to add grip to this type of LEGO caterpillar tracks is by adding little treads to the tracks, as is also seen in many official LEGO sets. But that would make this build's movement clunky as opposed to the smooth feel that I was going for, so adding additional wheels for friction seemed the best way forward. Keep in mind that I was thinking of implementing this, as it would be important soon. Not sure about this shape. I was trying to make it structurally sturdy for the time being. But I might make it a bit flatter, like if we bring in one of those turrets from earlier, I mean, it kind of works, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's a bit narrower, I guess. Make the width a bit smaller. And so, I went into hour 3 with a few goals in mind: to build up a foundation for the main body, to add a wheel for extra traction, and to change the shape of the build. Let's see how I got on with those goals. So, this is now 3 hours into building. We currently have this as our thing. You can see that I've bulked up the frame a bit. It's a bit more sturdy now. I think I'm starting to get a bit more fond of this general shape. I narrowed it a bit. Like, this is 2 studs narrower now. And I think it looks a bit better like that. These turrets, I think they're gonna look good if they're up here. And I think, like, the detachable jet can fit in there a bit more now, especially down here and around there. It was at that moment that I realised. A tire in here or something. Just tire in here. It seemed that in all my excitement to build up the body of the vehicle, I had completely forgotten to address my traction problem that I'd spent so long discussing just 1 hour before. If left unaddressed, this problem could have affected my final model, a risk that I couldn't take. So to start hour 4, I regressed the body of the build back to implement 2 cheat wheels before building it back up over the course of the rest of the hour, as well as hour 5 and into the beginning of hour 6. So this is built after 6 hours. You see, we've now got a bit of the jet here. It's not finished, as you can probably tell, but it's coming along. And this here is my prototype for back engine exhaust. I was just doing that when my timer for 6 hours went off, and yeah. So this is our main section that I was showing you earlier. I've done a bit of bulking up with it, but yeah. I think most important now is to focus on this. Make it look a bit better. So you can see I've got the Zane minifigure in there. So I'm probably going to spend the next hour working on this. Like this. I'm hoping to make it so that there's some kind of function where the wings flip out when the jet comes off. That wasn't my original intent, but I think that'd be quite cool now. But yeah, I'm gonna focus on that, and I'll see you soon. I did indeed spend the next hour working on this detachable vehicle, as well as hour 8 and hour 9. Hour 7 was spent building up the basic shape of the detachable plane. However, I wasn't too fond of this design, mainly due to the large Technic ice blasters, which, while they look like they would be cool on the overall tank build, looked way too oversized on the detachable jet. In hour 8, I removed these cannons from the plane and replaced them with much smaller stud shooters. I trialed and tested many different mechanisms to deploy the wings to the plane, including the use of one of these. But by hour 9, I had decided to keep it simple and just have the wings deployable manually instead. This would then allow me to focus more on the looks of the jet, which, by the end of hour 9, I had mostly nailed down. With this jet mostly complete, the Glaciator, as it would later be known, was coming together, and with 2 more hours of progress, it was complete. And so, there it is, the Glaciator, the latest in a long line of MOCs that I've built over the past 3.5 years. I think this turned out super cool, and it fits nicely with my other recent Ninja Vehicle MOCs. If you want to build any of these 4 builds yourself, check out my new Rebrickable account, which is linked in the description for premium instructions. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, as I may upload another video at some point. However, if you want to see more frequent MOCs by Ninjaru66, please check out my Instagram account, which should also be linked in the description. Shameless plug out the way, I thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your day.